What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel, and I'm pretty excited for this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be as well. So I've been kind of hinting for the past month or so that you should probably hold off if you plan on purchasing an L7, because there's some new hardware coming and it's going to blow them away. Bitmain is actually, for once, kind of in the underdog in this situation. Yes, it's crazy to think that Bitmain is an underdog. Now, that being said, I'm definitely sure Bitmain has something in the works as well. There's rumors on that, but we don't have any numbers or anything on what Bitmain is doing. But I'm pretty sure they got something in the works. No matter what happens here, one thing you can hold for sure: if you're waiting for an L7 or trying to buy one, 100% wait on it, because later on in 2023, a couple things is going to happen. One, Litecoin halving is about to go through around July 25th or something like that, sometime around July. So that means 50%. Now, obviously, a lot of the rewards does come from dogecoin as well, which is in merge mined with the Scrypt algorithm, which means full hash rate within the same algorithm across multiple coins, boosting that up. So that's awesome. So we have the halving, we have dogecoin. Who knows what will happen there with the profitability with that halving, but in theory, the price should come up. But we're talking about the hardware now, and it's all about the efficiency. And the L7 is currently the king of the Scrypt algorithm. So 2023 is probably going to be a sideways bear cycle for the entire year. This is what it has been in the past. So we could look for lower prices on ASICs. Yes, everything is looking awesome in prices right now. Everyone's looking at purchasing anything right now because things are looking good in the ASIC side of things. But with new hardware putting newer current gen out of business here, that means L7 prices are probably going to drop quite a bit more in price, because Bitmain will want to get rid of older stock and make new for the new ones. But we're not talking about Bitmain here. We're talking about a new product that's actually going to blow Bitmain out of the water. So I'm going to throw out some rough numbers for you guys, and you're really going to be like, wow. So on top of that, I do have a clip from the Litecoin convention, which does go into depth on how these things actually work and what they are. But for some rough numbers, what if I told you you could get 9.5 gigahash, which is what the high-end L7 is right now? You can get some 9 gigahash and stuff for around the same power due to binning and Silicon Lottery. You know, they wanted to sell some of them cheaper chips off as well. So you got some lower models there. But regardless, say 9.5 gigahash on Scrypt for only 660 watts. That is pretty insane. That is about the same amount of power that an L7 currently uses with Hivon firmware at 504 megahash. That is crazy to think 9.5 gigahash at only 660 watts. Now, if you were to bump it up to the full 3,300 watts of an L7, this thing is 5 times the efficiency at around 48 gigahash for the same amount of power as an L7. You can see where I'm going here. Bitmain is no longer the king when it comes to the Scrypt algorithm, and L7s are not looking too hot anymore. So people are going to want to upgrade, and when they do, they're going to sell off their older hardware and prices will drop on the L7s. Again, it all comes down to the market, but I really don't think it's going to go where not too much higher in 2023. So not only does that sound pretty awesome, what if I said all of this was happening within your own mining farm? So you could plug these things in. They're pretty much a PCB loaded with ASIC chips about the same shape and size of a GPU, and you plug them into your existing hardware. That is right. So I believe it's called a Hashblade. You throw it on a riser, you use your times 16 slots. So in here, for example, you got a B250. It's about 19 slots. That's about 35 gigahash within this 12 GPU mining frame for less power than an L7. That is pretty insane. This is like next level technology coming out now, and it's looking very awesome. You know, you could slap it into a RevTech there. Use your times 8 slot mining frames there. All your existing GPU infrastructure can be used, because honestly, right now, GPU profitability isn't really there at all unless you got free power. And even then, you're still barely making anything. So it's kind of crazy to think about that you could utilize these for the Scrypt mining within ASICs within your entire infrastructure. All you got to do is throw those GPUs out, slap these things in there, and you're good to go on the Scrypt algorithm. Not only that, the company, and it is made by Lokotech, has the little miners in mind. That's the home miners, you, myself, all of us out there. they're in mind. Sure, they're going to have, you know, big people investing into them, the mining farms, but that's not their ultimate goal. It's only like 20 or 30% for the large farms, and most of it is supposed to be available for the smaller guys to keep decentralization an actual thing. So this stuff is great. So let's cut into the actual Litecoin convention here, and I'm going to kind of show you what's going on.
Next up, what everybody wants to learn about is our Scrypt ASIC. Lokotech's S1 Scrypt ASIC has a power efficiency of 0.067 joules per megahash on the 12 nanometer node. Each individual ASIC will have approximately 15.6 megahash and consuming as little as 1.04 watts. However, despite these efficiency gains that we are able to create, we have the industry-first smart ASIC, and this allows for gradual degradation. Anybody know about gradual degradation here? Well, what gradual degradation does, how we do it, we have a microcontroller on each individual ASIC. The microcontroller runs full diagnostic 24/7 in the background. And what it does, if you have a tile go down on the ASIC level, it turns it off. If you have a raceway go down in the ASIC, it turns off a quarter of the chip. If you have a full system failure at the ASIC level, it turns it off, routes the power to the next ASIC. This is huge for both small and large miners because you have no waste power. You're not playing the daisy chain lottery anymore. You don't have the red cross on the X on the first ASIC or the red cross on the last ASIC, because simply put, if your ASIC is not hashing, it is not consuming power. And we'll be offering this on 4 different platforms. The first one I'll talk more about, and that's our Hashblade. As for the competition, you can see Lokotech beats the nearest competitor by 437% at the commercial level on a larger node, which is extremely important in the silicone industry. This means that you can run more miners using the same power capacity that you have installed today. If you look up at the chart, you can simply see that. If we match our competitor on the hash rate, you got a 606 watt machine. If you match them on power consumption, you almost got a 50 gigahash machine. You're doing more with less, and that's what we want to instill in the industry. So here it is, Lokotech's Hashblade. It's going to have 128 ASICs, and the hash rate will be roughly around 2 gigahash per Hashblade. We'll be delivering this both to B2C and B2B. For B2B, we envision somebody buying it, slapping it in their home PC right underneath their GPU and their extra PCIe slot, and now they're hashing away while still being able to use their computer because we're not bogging down the GPU or the CPU. For B2B, we lucked out. Ethereum went to proof of stake. There's tons of existing infrastructure out there. You have a lot of GPU rigs that are most likely not profitable, and if large facilities have not made the transition to HPC, they can easily sell out their GPUs, buy our Hashblade, slap them in, download some software and a driver, and start mining Scrypt.
Well, there you go, guys. The Lokotech Hashblade, where you can literally swap out your GPU, slap a bunch of these things in, and you're mining Scrypt like a bad mother. You know what? You know, the rest of the thing there. But anyway, so what are your guys' thoughts and comments on this whole situation? Are you pumped? Are you not pumped? It's just the evolution of crypto mining. Now, I am very curious how Bitmain will answer. I am very sure they got something in the works, and they have been hinting at something for, you know, a little while now. So it is coming as well. So as more and more hardware and new efficient hardware comes online, like I said, the L7 will definitely be dropping down in price. Also, the hash rate across the Scrypt algorithm will be picking up, and so will that difficulty. So it will come down to having the most efficient equipment on there, which again leads to the L7 is going to start looking outdated very, very soon. So there you have it, guys. Quick inside info, and I get more information on this product as well as Bitmain's products and stuff. I will definitely keep you guys up to date, but let me know your thoughts and comments. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.